Hey guys, so in the last few months in this real estate market, we've been seeing an interesting occurrence happen on more of a regular basis. That is, appraisal values of homes coming in lower than the actual purchase price. Now, to give you some context, currently around half of all homes listed in the United States experiencing or are experiencing a multiple offer situation, i.e. a bidding war.
1 second. Oh boy, it's good to see you. What the hell are you guys doing here? Do not ruin this for me.
Relax, okay? We're gonna start a bidding war.
Now, Boise is no different, and it's probably worse here given that Boise is the #1 hottest real estate market in the country right now. Many times, agents are having to put in an offer over asking and even include things such as an escalation clause. Now, an escalation clause states that the buyer putting in that offer will match any other offer the seller receives, and it adds an additional, $500, $1,000, whatever, to the offer, the best offer that seller received. So now the seller accepts that offer with the escalation clause, and you have a purchase price that both sides agree to, but it might be $5,000, $10,000, even more over the original asking price. A price that probably came about based on research done by that listing agent, again, looking at recent comparable sales in the area. Now, when the appraisal is completed by a licensed and objective appraiser, based on that market condition, which includes those other recent home sales, we're seeing more and more appraisals coming in below and sometimes way below the purchase price, causing a gap between the appraised market value of the home and, again, the previously agreed upon purchase price. So what happens then? Well, one of three things are going to happen. Number one, both parties agree that the appraised value will be the new purchase price, and we move on to closing. Number two, the seller and the buyer agree to a price in between the originally agreed upon purchase price and the new appraised value. Number three, the seller doesn't change the purchase price regardless of the appraised value, and the buyer at this point can decide to walk away from the transaction or move forward knowing that they're going to be paying more for the home than what it's actually worth at that time. Now, it's important to know that if the buyer is getting a loan, then we as the lender will only be able to lend up to the appraised value of the home. So for example, you have a home that appraised for $250,000. The purchase price was $260,000 and the seller is refusing to come down on price. Then that buyer is responsible for coming up with the additional $10,000 difference in cash if they still want that home. Again, we cannot lend on anything over what the actual value of the house is. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you out there. Bye-bye.
The preacher man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a going dry. Is up and the stock market's down, and you're only getting mugged if you go downtown.